I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car.
Yeah, we're fancy. We got intro music.
Yeah, I was gonna try to like fade it in, you know.
We're starting to sound official here, man.
Just so far into the song, we're actually.
You guys have come a long way. Quite impressed.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, fucking A.
For a bunch of idiots.
I thought I was sitting at a poker table today. I'm like, holy shit.
All right, the podcast can start, folks.
Woohoo!
So I can start talking now?
You can start talking now, Kyle.
All right, guys, this is the Balls Deep podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Balls. I make porn for a living. And today with us, I have the amazing, the beautiful Kiki Klout.
Hey.
Hi, Kiki.
Yes. And as always, right-hand man Wayne is here. And new co-host for the podcast, my best friends in the whole world, Dan.
Yay.
Hello there. Hello there.
Dan is not in the porn business, although we did work together for like 10 years in the strip club industry. So, you know, he's not going to be shocked by a lot of this, but...
We're just here to be the peanut gallery.
Yeah. Dan's just going to ask those
random
questions. He's going to ask those questions.
Yeah, why not?
But the special guest star today is Kiki. The Kiki.
Dressed amazingly.
I'm
Made
so
me feel
excited
super
to be here.
underdressed.
Nines.
Yeah. She is looking amazing right now. Like, I feel like a kind of like a loser. Like, we're just doing a podcast. I feel like I owe you dinner in a movie or something.
Right? She even smells good. You can
Right? Yeah.
All
Me
right.
and Dan were in the backyard smoking cigars with our shirts off, sweating, and then Kiki showed up, and we're like, "Wow,
Oh, it's
okay,
that
really
kind of podcast.
yeah,
Oops.
yeah." Sorry,
Just a little beach cover up with my prostitute heels.
All right.
it's working for you, girl.
Prostitute.
At
Working
least
for you.
she
I mean,
knows
hooker
well
heels,
enough
let's
to leave
say.
at the front door, too.
Definitely wear hooker heels.
So obviously, to get this started, I can't sit there and be like, "So Kiki, what do you do?" Like me and Kiki have shot porn together before. It was awesome. Kind of looking forward to doing it again. But
Kind of.
yeah, well, seriously looking for. I didn't want to seem too desperate in front of her. Why'd you get in the business? What caused you to do that?
Why I got in the
Yeah,
business?
I mean, most of us say money, but like, how did that happen? You just
I got into the porn industry because I was dancing for a really long time, and I knew people were taking pictures and videos of me at the strip club anyways. So I was like, I can get paid for this.
You're a stripper here in Orlando?
Everywhere. I've danced
Everywhere.
from fucking Philly to North Florida to South Florida to...
those are really two vastly different places.
Yeah.
North Florida and South Florida.
I've danced a lot of places, and
Cuban food to banjo
Now, did you
music.
start pulling customers out of the clubs and getting paid before you were a porn star? Is that something you were doing?
you know, that's so funny. Whoa, where's that noise coming from? Is that me? Was that me?
No, that's,
Oh,
it's picking up that. I
Oh,
think.
okay. No, I mean, sex work is sex work at the end of the day. So yeah, I was
Was that like the springboard? You would meet guys at the club and
I
they'd
was-
offer you some money?
I
and-
was hustling.
Just
from,
went straight into asking her about the dirt right
Well,
away.
no, she said stripping. Stripping
I
was her
mean-
springboard right to it. So,
I had sugar daddies.
all right.
Good for
I
you.
had I got
For
a
you.
lot of sugar before porn, and that's what got me ready to go into porn. Because I knew once I got into porn and I built a name for myself, that sugar expense would get a little richer. you
Well, I
know?
got you.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you decided to do porn. Like, when you made the move, did you go with an agent? How'd that go? Did you reach out to the agent first? Did you meet some weird producer like me who you did your first shoot with? How'd that go?
I Googled how to be a porn star. I did my own research, and I posted an ad on Sexy Jobs.
Yes.
And I got
Good for you.
outsourced off Sexy Jobs by Brian AMA. Basically, I got mad messages, but a lot of them looked bullshit. And I was like,
I have no doubt one of them was probably me. I've been on a sexy job for 8 years. Like, please.
You want to be my
Leah,
stepmother?
Leah, yeah, you look like a future stepmom of mine.
But it's crazy how it happened, because at first my agent was like, you got to lose weight to get into the industry. And like, it took me 3 months, and then I finally dropped the weight, and he was like, all right, fly in. I flew in, I stayed for a month, and I never left.
That was in Florida or California?
No, Miami.
Miami.
Yeah.
All right.
Like how she corrects you there, like, no, Miami, not Florida.
It is
It
different.
is a different world down there, baby.
Miami is not Florida.
No,
Miami
it's
is
true. I
a
believe
mix
you.
of like it's its own thing. It's like New York City is its own thing.
Right. Yeah, no, I'll for sure agree with you that there's Buffalo and then there's New York City.
No, there's New York City, and then there's everywhere else around New York
Like,
City.
right. Yeah.
Jersey City, Queens. I don't even classify like Queens and the Bronx like New York. I feel like New York is Manhattan.
I'm saying some pretty heavy shit right there.
So in the
Piss people
porn
off.
game, for somebody that doesn't know, most shoots are either done in California or Florida, right? Or is there stuff done
Used
in
to be the
between?
case. Now that's kind of a
True. Yeah, now with OnlyFans
I know
now.
little
Or-
companies here and there.
Orange
like,
Beach, Alabama.
Oh, so with OnlyFans
Oh,
now
God,
you
there's-
can kind of shoot everywhere. You don't have to be like on
Yeah.
a coast or nothing like
There's
that.
Wisconsin
that kinda-
hoes and
that's
Michigan
kind of like
hoes
that
and-
anywhere, but it just there's more. It's more fruitful to find a girl in California, Vegas, or South Florida.
As someone who had to come up on the producing side, like I did well in Alabama and like in Orlando originally and everything, but there's nothing that compares to like being in Miami or
So like
or
less
Las
travel
Vegas.
time. There's more fish in the pond.
Oh, it was just like, hey,
Yeah,
let's
more
do a
pro
hot
hoes.
tub orgy tonight for OnlyFans. Like in Vegas, I could stomp my feet and I can get 15 girls there on 2 hours notice because they all live down the road. Whereas,
yeah.
here I got to plan that out a week in advance and make sure everybody can get here on time.
It's
and, you know,
hard. It's hard scheduling shoots out here, but you know what? I make trips and I make it happen. So
makes trips like. She doesn't live too far from me, guys, and like it's like 3 or 4 days out of the month. I'm like, "Are you in town?" She's like, "No, Dubai."
Yeah.
No,
I
see that
traveled
too.
so
Australia.
much
I'll be
this
back
year,
Thursday.
yeah.
Like I, she lives here, and I was excited. Like, I mean, I was a fan of Kiki's before I knew she lived near me, and before I met her and all that stuff. But when I found out she lived here, I was so excited. I'm like, "Oh, dude, we're gonna be able to shoot like once a week and everything." Like, no, like she's like,
Pull a number. Now
just-
serving number
I know that
226.
I love her.
and I'm actually a little upset. So she's on her phone, but she didn't hop on my live.
Ooh.
All right, Jocelyn.
In trouble.
Anyways, no.
Why is your balls so huge?
Yeah, well, that's
for
we'll
another
discuss
time.
that in a later podcast.
Yeah, that's another podcast. Although that's a whole podcast in itself.
So anyway, so you get an agent, you do that first month you're in. Now we got to go on to like, what's the first shoot like for you? Because you are a very confident person, and there's something to be said coming from the stripper world.
You think
you
so?
build some confidence. I'm not saying maybe I should say
Oh my God.
you put confidence out there, but
I definitely have built some confidence because I remember when I first started dancing by myself, I'd have guys get rude with me and nasty, and I'd be like, bro, why come to the strip club if you're going to be mad to the girls? You came here to look at the pussy, and you're scaring the pussy away.
there's
And
a,
that's
vi-
what I'd
there's
have
a
to say.
viral
Did
video
you
right
work
there.
with like pussy guys? Did you happen to
that
work
clip.
with like sissies from the club that
forgot
wouldn't
my
like
notepad.
look out for you if guys talk shit? Like you wouldn't have somebody be like, "Hey, bro, like, fucking shut it."
I didn't really like. I walk away. Like I'm not giving you my time if you're gonna be a dickhead.
There you go.
Woo. Hey.
That's
hey.
Dan.
Hey. That's my jam.
Yeah. Huh.
Sorry.
Number one rule,
It's
friends.
his first podcast. It's okay. We'll get there, guys. Don't worry.
It's okay. It happens. I'm still victim of it.
It's not even popping up.
Your phone's frozen.
Yeah. I can't even turn it down or nothing.
And you turn it off, and then turn it back
can
on.
wait.
Yeah, we'll cut here.
Sorry. I can't even turn it off. It's the weed man.
The weed man.
Yeah, I think so.
No, really?
Yeah.
How you doing, Steve?
There we go. Sorry about that.
Sure.
Okay, so we're back.
And we're back.
All right. So, anyways,
right.
first shoot. If you can, remember like the details. How was that? Where were you shooting at? What was the shoot?
First shoot was...
Did they drop like a big 12-inch dick in your face, and you're like,
No. Okay, so I'm not gonna talk about who the talent was for the first
Okay,
shoot.
all right, all
But
right. Don't
I
wanna-
will talk
don't wanna
about the
start no
first shoot.
drama?
It's no drama. But it's funny because like obviously like the sex industry, they test for multiple different arrays of STDs, and there's one that they don't test for because 90% of the world's population has it, and it's herpes. And I didn't catch it from that scene, but he had just got over an outbreak. So I'm thinking, damn, I'm shooting my first scene with a guy who just got over healing from herpes. Am I gonna catch this shit?
So I've actually always wondered that. I thought a lot of people in the porn
was
game
awesome.
all have herpes.
Like, am I?
That
So
was
you're
pretty
saying 90%? A lot of them?
yeah. I think the number is about 80 to 90%.
Straight herpes or just HPV or some kind of...
There's no.
Just straight. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's 1 and 2, but
Like
everybody.
that's what it shows you about the business. We get tested every 14 days is the standard, and they test for everything except herpes.
Yeah.
They won't test for herpes because the minute they do that, they know they lose 80% of the talent.
You know, you can catch herpes on your fingers, and you can catch it like you like literally. You can go and drink after somebody and just get it.
So
Like-
it's safe to say if you probably do porn, chances are they probably.
You're gonna catch it. Yeah, you're gonna end up catching it because it's not fluid. It's skin to skin contact. So like even if you have sex with somebody protected, you're still going to catch it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I learned
So-
something today.
Yeah, it's the hazard of our business. That's why we make the big bucks.
And you could have it for 6 months to a year to 2 years, and it lie dormant until it's ready to come, and then you don't even know you have it till 2 years later, and you're blaming Sally Sue when the bitch 2 years ago is the one who
So
realistically
you could have
gave
been
it
the
to
gift
you.
that kept on giving for months.
To multiple people
Oh,
too.
wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why they don't test for it, and honestly, you can live with it. So
I got you.
So, okay, well that's something that'll make sure you never forget your first shoot.
herpes.
It's like it's always going to be burned in there. You're going to remember that first shoot.
I always remembered herpes.
So you say you do that month, you have fun with it, you make it some money, probably enjoying Miami and all that fun stuff. After those first few shoots, did it kind of sink into you that like, oh shit, I'm doing porn? Like, were you starting to get recognized more and more? People come up to you, like social media maybe explode into something like that, where you start realizing, because some of the stuff I could ask you, being in the industry myself, I'm like, I kind of know the answer, but as a guy, my rise is going to be a lot different than yours. Mm-hmm. So that's why I just kind of like, what was that feeling like when you're like, holy fuck? Like
It wasn't overnight.
Yeah, I got you.
It wasn't overnight. No, I don't think there was really like a holy fuck moment. It was just all gradual.
Like, you don't got to say no names. I'm not gonna, but like, I'm married to a model in the industry, and when me and her would watch some of our favorite sitcoms and laugh our ass off, and then all of a sudden, like, one of the big actors on those sitcoms would slide into her DMs, letting them know letting her know he's a fan or something like that. Like, that started to get kind of surreal.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
would just like,
You know what I can say when it was I guess it was a moment to like understand how powerful the internet really is. I was in Indonesia and I had 2 people actually recognize me.
Jesus.
Huh. You
Yeah.
get recognized a lot here?
Yeah, it happened in the Publix downtown. Where else did it happen? In Washington D.C. I was in that fucking airport. It sucks because like
It's always the airport.
but you have
People
to when
watching,
people
waiting.
want
Totally.
pictures and come up to you, you have to keep a smile on your face. And I was kind of pissed that day because my flight got canceled and then moved, and I missed my flight, and the windshield on the plane broke. It was just one thing after another. So I was like, bro, like I'm trying to like, hi, like nice to meet you. At the
turn
same time,
on
I'm
Kiki really quick.
pissed.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
realistically pissed.
Try not to take it out on the fan. We got the little remote for the camera.
I do.
Okay, cool. Just
right here.
I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Just staying in there. So,
The first time I ever came out here, I don't watch porn, so I don't know how big Kyle is, and I think somebody recognized you out in Tampa when we went or something. Somewhere where we went, somebody knew who you were. I was like, oh my God, if
That's
you're getting
pretty-
recognized
that's
in
pretty cool.
public, holy
Dude,
shit.
there's somebody that I was working with in Pennsylvania when I was going to be working with Kyle. I was telling him, I was like, yeah, he does porn. And it's like, it's Kyle Balls. And it's like, oh, yeah, the guy who puts the letters on the top and the bottom of his videos. I'm like, yeah, that's the dude. Yeah.
that piece of shit who
Yeah.
fucking only posts trailers, that motherfucker.
A lot of people watch porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is, it's like, it's shocking, especially when I get recognized in Orlando, because it's always like, someone comes up to me, it's like, are you Kyle Balls? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, what the fuck you doing in Orlando, dude? I'm hiding out. Nobody looks for me here. Like, couldn't go out in Vegas without getting recognized or something like that. But in Orlando, they're like, that can't be Kyle Balls. That's just an overweight tall guy. It's
Oh, fucking.
So who's the most famous person you've met since you've blown up? I mean, I've seen you all over the place just since I've met you.
Porn?
Yeah.
What
No,
are
I
you
mean, like-
talking
I see you on other podcasts that I watch or other stuff like that, and I'm like fucking Thor and Ragnarok. Like, I know her. We're friends from work. Like, she's a friend of mine.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, all together, like he said, like watching a sitcom and then they get in on Coco's DMs. Like anybody.
I've had some famous people in my DMs.
Yeah, I was gonna say no way.
Yeah.
You have them with how smoking you are and how popular you are.
I had it. It was like a coincidence that he was there the same time as me. But for my Playboy party, like, because when you make front cover of like a magazine, you like tradition is you throw a party.
Okay.
So Liv gave me like 2 bottles thanks to a friend, Chris Infamous. He helped me out with it because he works there. But Liv gave me like a free table and 2 comp bottles, and Kylie Jenner's brother, Brody Jenner, was there, and he like,
shit.
they threw like a big thing and congratulated me, and bottles popping, and I was like, this is crazy.
Nice. Damn,
My
that's pretty
pictures
cool.
all look.
Yeah.
No, and the crazy thing is, I didn't expect it. They had like the big cardboard cutouts, and like they had like Playboy across, like the whole place lit up. Kiki Klout, like cover of Playboy. I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Damn.
Damn,
Yeah.
that I haven't had that yet, so that's pretty cool.
Because
I was
that would be
like,
surreal
honestly,
right
that was
there.
that was one of the coolest things. Like, and then like literally the whole crowd, they put the spotlight on me, and Live is a big ass club. There's a lot of people in there, and people were just cheering. And Brody Jenner is like, "Congratulations, Kiki!" I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's
Nice.
awesome.
That's in Miami. They're pretty open to the porn game, though, no?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so it's kind of probably a
'Cause
cool thing. That's fucking porn star right there.
regular people shoot porn there. I feel like.
Right.
All right. But that's I said that's. Do you ever have and you don't got to give the dollar amounts or anything like that when you realize the money that starts coming in, like where I'm assuming you did well as a stripper, but when you start seeing that porn star money, like that kind of just that moment where you're like, holy fuck,
Yeah.
life is changing
Yeah,
for me.
I was able to get my first apartment by myself.
Yeah.
What was your first like purchase? Like, it doesn't even have to be like a big purchase. Did you go get a TV? Did you go get a air cleaner?
It's got to be
Like,
that
what?
purse. There's got to be
It
a purse in
wasn't a
there.
purchase with my money. It was a purchase
It was
with my
weed.
sugar dad's money.
She bought weed.
Okay,
Okay, so,
well.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
he bought my whole like house,
Okay.
pretty much my couch, my
Furnished you?
TV. Yeah, he
No,
furnished
nice,
me and
nice.
took me on a trip. We
Good
went
for
to
him.
a few islands.
I'm not at that type of money yet. I'm not
Yeah.
there. I haven't hit that level yet.
Man.
I ain't got that kind of pussy, so I can't get that. No, I ain't getting that from nobody.
You are a pretty good actress. I did kind of check out a clip when
Oh
Kyle
God,
said
this
your
is,
name.
This is what I was.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I was gonna say.
And this is all I really do. Like, I'll get like porn star features at the club that'll come. So we're like, oh, we'll see what kind of fucking what this bitch does online. You know what I mean? First one we pulled up a view, you just slap this dude's legs back and just start spitting on his asshole and fucking going to town. I'm like, oh my God, this girl puts in some fucking work. All right. Good for you. Good
I
for
think
you.
I know exactly what scene that is, and yeah,
That was the first one that popped
Hey,
up.
ain't no shame for it. It was just hilarious. That was the first one. That
I'm a
popped
great
up. It was like,
actor.
oh,
Man, I'm like,
Oh.
she's a go-getter right
Oh,
there.
she's-
Any girl to throw the legs
oh,
back in
she's
the
spitting
diaper
on it.
pose.
She's spitting on it.
I'm a good
Yeah,
actor.
she means business.
Yeah.
Fucking A. I applauded that. I was like, fuck yeah, good for you.
I can fake it till I make it.
Where'd you get in there, girl? I was proud. That was fucking good shit. You know, made today a whole lot cooler. I was like, she's like a pro actress. Good for her. Oh, it always makes me laugh seeing dudes' legs straight back like that. I just think of like changing diapers, man. I got so many kids, so it's like the diaper pose to be, you know, like why would a guy want you to lick his butthole? I'm not a big fan of getting my butthole
Yeah, it's
licked,
not-
so
it's
it's
not
like any guy that wants it, I'm like,
something
oh, you
about
want your fucker licked, huh? Fuck.
Not
My
really
cousin
looking
used to
forward to it.
swear by that shit and like keep his asshole fucking shaved just so he can
So
get it
you
licked.
get-
I'm like,
God.
you got a weird
I'm
buddy.
gonna look at your cousin a whole different way from now on.
Yeah.
I know that. Actually,
I'm like,
your cousin,
really?
like,
I wouldn't want my chick to lick my asshole.
no.
Then I'd have to look at him like,
disgusting.
bitch, you were fucking licking my butthole.
But apparently,
Now you want me to kiss you? Like, what the fuck?
apparently the man's G spot is in his butthole.
You could have $1 million in my butthole and I still wouldn't fucking take it in the ass, you know? Like, it is what it is, but...
Okay, so I have a question for you guys because
It's gonna get serious.
yeah, no, this is something. I've been a little curious about it. I've talked to some guys, and some guys aren't with it, and some guys are with it. Do you think that entertaining men on OnlyFans to make your money is 10% gay? Do you have to?
If you're a guy doing it for guys.
yeah, are you like you entertaining
Does it
another
make
man
you
for
gay?
money?
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Are they touching guys?
I don't think so.
Okay, so you're stroking your dick off, like on live, like. Say you're not even touching guys. Do you think it's still 10% gay?
10%. Well, that's a little if you're doing it for guys, sure. Not 100% gay, no, you know. But if you're knowingly whacking off and staying hard for a dude to watch you do it,
To get paid, it's gay.
gay for pay or not, you're still a little gay doing it for dudes,
Okay,
for
so
sure.
that's coming from a 100% straight man. So
Yeah. You know what? So sorry to clarify this because I've actually had to do this. Like I actually have a couple videos that are fantastic jerk off cum shot videos. Like I'm just proud. My dick looks good. Everything's tan. It's fat and it just shoots a huge load. Like yeah, I'm proud of it. I saved those videos and they're from like a couple of years ago. Occasionally I'll get the gay guy who wants to see it. And I was just like, yeah, I got like 4 of them here. You know, you're paying whatever you're going to pay and I don't charge a lot for them. But like, there you go. I sent them. I've never done like a live show.
Yeah, that would be the tough part.
You
Knowing a
think that's
guy
gay?
is watching.
Well, okay,
No, I
it's
think
a video
you're
you
just
want
you're
shot.
just really talented at that point if you can do it. I have a problem being told what to do.
yeah.
That's why I don't. I've made what I've done. I've been as popular as I am. I don't shoot customs.
If a
like,
guy
I don't
was
wanna fucking
like,
do it your way.
now
I do it my
stroke
way.
your dick for me.
Yeah,
You gotta fucking be able to. I would get soft in a heartbeat.
Yep, and so
There's
that's
just no way. So you gotta have a percentage if you could do that kind of video. you know?
But like I said, that's coming from a guy who's kind of outside the business. For a guy who's inside the business, like I know guys who can do that are 100% straight. They're just professionals.
about
They
their
can
money.
they can isolate it in their head so much
Fake
to where
it
it's
till
like
you make it.
come on command when I need to. Cool, whatever.
Fake it till you make it.
I gotcha.
So you know,
Some people are spreading butt cheeks, and other people are jerking off or to
Hey, Lucy.
guys.
So 10% or no?
Wayne,
What?
10% gay or
You know, it goes back to that the old joke about the porn. You got to be a little bit gay to watch porn, right? It's like, what do you like to watch when you watch porn?
They
Oh,
Do you like to
like
watch
the
girls just be like, or do you want to see? No, I
lot-
want to see it get fucked by a fucking huge cock.
I mean, some
Wait a
guys
second.
are like that. No, honestly, not all guys are like that. Some guys are just chill with the thought of the woman. Like,
I'm one of those assholes that only like porns when it looks like the girl's not having fun. I'm not even gonna lie.
we're
about
gonna
it.
spend
That
a
is
whole
the
nother
only
podcast
porn I like
unpacking that
watching.
statement.
Whoa.
It's
Yeah.
like she's got to look fucking miserable.
Now
It's
slap
not
her in the
even-
face.
just go watch
Yeah, it looks
watch
like
my
she's-
anal scenes.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting paid to have fun. Slap that bitch. Fucking something. You know what
The
I mean?
only time I like anal is off camera.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't
On
you get
camera-
paid more for anal?
Yeah, of course, but don't mean I enjoy it because I'm getting paid more for it. Like,
all right.
I'm over here sweating, making sure I look good. Meanwhile, I'm getting stretched out in places that don't need to stretch.
But it's more fun off camera. Like you're not worried about, obviously, besides the guy
No,
behind you, you're not
yeah,
worried
you're
about
more
your
turned
facial
on.
expressions or
I think,
anything
yeah,
like that.
I'm
Yeah,
more,
I get you.
more turned on. I'm more turned off camera, anyways.
Oh yeah, that's a fucking. To anybody who doesn't know this, I say it in every podcast ever. Porn sex sucks.
Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
I mean, if you're super enjoying it, you're probably not doing it right.
Oh, for having to fuck random people.
There's something to be said about like. You don't gotta fall in love or any of that shit. I think I read Lisa Ann's book, and she's like, "Oh, we fall in love a little bit on
the
set." It's
second
not-
one?
I didn't read the second one yet. I read the first one.
I
gotta
read the second one.
First one was good. I enjoyed it, but I just remember her saying that. And maybe back in the day when you spent 5 days shooting a movie with someone might be different. But there's something you said about a little bit of chemistry. Like when you're friends with the person, I enjoy working with them a lot more.
More, yeah. As
Like-
opposed to somebody that you don't really vibe with. And
Our
can
first time shooting together, and we've only had one big shoot so far, was awesome. And we had just met each other, so that like makes me excited to work with her in the future because it's just going to be a little bit more of an enjoyable shoot. Doesn't necessarily mean it's like super sexy turned on. It's just easier when you
Got a
work with
little,
someone you don't like or something like that. That sucks.
You guys have a little history together, so it makes it a little easier.
Most of the time, if I'm working with somebody I don't like, I'm not working with them the second time because they're going on
yeah.
my no list.
Or just, yeah, I mean, I've had a few of those girls where I'm like, you're absolutely stunning and you seem super cool. Can't wait to shoot. And you get there and it's a dead fish.
I got you.
Like, unfortunately, she's too attractive to where she's never been taught how to fuck.
Or
She
possibly nobody told her that. No. How
Yeah,
about a
yeah, no, that's what I
smell
said. No
thing?
one's-
Would that be a total turnoff when a girl shows up and maybe fuck somebody before she got to the shoot? Or
So by the time let's back that up.
Stinky
When
pussy
I
syndrome.
used to be working with like amateur chicks all the time, that was an issue you'd run into. Like no one had told them your husband doesn't mind your smell because he's just so excited that he gets to fuck someone. But as someone who fucks as often as I do, I'm like, I'm not in love with you,
clean that
bitch.
shit,
You
bitch.
flush your pussy.
Oh man.
But by the time I work with them at like the professional level, they've had an agent at a model house
To
who
tell
has
them.
like let them know like douche girl douche. You know, that's a UTI. That's something like take this pill, like it'll clean it up. And
booty hole clean.
there's
Booty hole check.
There's a second hole to enter.
Right. But yeah, I mean that it's happened before where
Someone
like
showed up and just
yeah, like I early shoots, like back in San Diego shoots, I had a girl who like showed up and I kind of was like, after we were shooting halfway through, I had to call cut because I was like, God, this smell is horrible. And she's like, I'm sorry, I was at the beach all day and had some beers, and I was like, then why the fuck did you come here, you nasty bitch?
Ew,
like,
she
yeah,
didn't
like
shower before the shoot. The fuck is wrong with her?
so
so
right.
not very professional. It's different levels of
and that's an example of a hot girl who has never had a guy kick her out of bed because she's just so hot and sexy. She gets what she
I don't
wants,
give
so
a
she's
fuck
never had
how
a guy.
hot you are. You
she's never had a
stink.
guy correct her.
I got you.
But once again, when they work with me, oftentimes as amateurs, I'm the first guy they're working with who's like, I'm not into you. I'm not here for a club hook. There's nothing about you other than we're just here to make money. I washed my dick and balls before we got here. Like, return the favor, bitch.
Hygiene is so important in the industry, and I can't press it enough. And I've definitely put people on my no list who didn't have good hygiene.
like their balls stink.
Balls and breath stink.
Balls and breath. If your balls and breath stink, I do not want to work with you.
It'd
Yeah.
probably be pretty horrible too if you had to go down the butt area and it fucking reeked. Is there like special precautions?
But usually, like I
get
said,
some
Usually,
wet
people
asses?
who are doing anal scenes know how to properly prepare themselves for the most part.
I gotcha.
Typically, you're not, and most of the time, honestly, not a lot of porn stars are with anal.
I got you.
yeah, that's that. But I mean, like
I don't
said,
really like
at the-
watching anal either. Like I'm
Nah.
not a big ass dude myself. you know.
I don't have like a massive cock or anything, but I have a thick enough one to where regular sex is enjoyable. Like a lot of the anal guys out there I've known over the years have always, little shrimp dicks to where I'm like, I get it. You want it to feel extra tight for you, buddy. I understand. But nah,
That's where Build a Dick comes in.
But I've definitely
damn.
had sex with people before, and I'm like, your dick is just not meant for my vagina. Time for route 2. You'd feel better in my asshole.
Yeah,
So you
that's
feel that way sometimes. Now, do you have the confidence to fucking tell a dude that shit?
Yeah, I'll be like, Daddy.
Awesome.
I'll be like, your dick is great for anal. Straight up.
that needs to be on a shirt, Dan.
Your dick is
Your
great
dick's
for anal.
great for anal.
coming soon to
You got a
Kiki
great dick
Klout's
for
merch
anal.
store.
No,
I got a
but-
great dick for anal.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, no, seriously. That just, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a small dick. You just have to properly execute how you're going to fuck the girl. Either
Love that
have
shit,
great
though.
finger game, great licking game, or you know how to fuck a butthole.
The 3 commandments.
Let me,
You
I'm gonna
write
write that
some stuff down?
The
Yeah, your
penis
Dan's taking
one, the
notes
dick.
over here.
Your dick's anal size. What should it be?
Oh yeah.
What would be a
What's
funny
a
t-shirt?
good anal sized dick, by the way? Like what are we talking here?
5
Like,
and under.
Okay, is it really
5
about
and
length?
under,
I mean,
or
shouldn't it
or
be about
skinny, or
It should be
pencil.
about girth, right?
okay.
No, not
Yeah, so we said
necessarily.
pencil dick. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be
Not
Not
skinnier than
necessarily,
you-
because if you're not reaching the back, you better be able to stimulate my butt.
That's a good point.
Fuck yeah.
That's true. You
Your
do
dick
need
is
that.
perfect for anal.
Yeah,
You'd laugh if you saw that
no.
on a t-shirt. All right.
No, that would be like my dick is perfect for anal.
Okay.
Because my audience is
I don't know about
90%
that. I don't know.
men.
My dick
I don't know how well that
Merch
was
drop
sound,
You'd
coming
you know?
actually
soon.
be pretty confident as a
I think
dude to walk around with
But,
my dick is perfect for anal.
I think a baby doll tee that says your dick is perfect for anal would be.
The what?
I think that would just be
I
a
mean,
seller. A baby doll t-shirt.
I feel like
you
both,
know?
but
A
it's
baby-
harder
little
for
girl- a
me.
Girl's t-shirt.
But it's
Alright.
harder for me to sell to women because most of my audience is men.
Of course,
so,
Yeah.
so it would have to be tailored to men. Like some of my T-shirts, I make sexy or put my name on it, like the Pornhub logo. Like I can't go make everything pink because most of the time, not all guys like pink. Like
Well, you could market it as so get
Understandable.
this for your girl. Like it's,
yeah, right. Then my fan has to unsubscribe because his wife found my porn.
Right, yeah,
like
that's-
be like, who is this bitch?
Yep.
Whose shirt is this? Where'd you get this from? Etsy for whores?
You
But-
saw
That's just
Kyle's
Etsy.
shirt, right?
What's
What
it
he's
say?
wearing?
I don't know, it's like my line in every single.
How is
porno.
the greatest stepmom in the world doing today?
Yeah, that's my
That's
line.
definitely something a Florida guy would say.
Well, okay, well, first of all, thank you. But no, I have to say it because if I don't announce the girl is my stepmom at the beginning of the Pornhub will take it down for being too taboo. I don't even know if I can say the word on here for what they're
So
accusing
Wayne
of.
started saying that.
So
He's
Wayne
like,
started.
"What is that?"
I didn't even realize it. I just say it on autopilot at the beginning of every 4-part series. Every single part I say it in the beginning. Didn't realize it until Wayne started teasing me one time. Like he could say it with my cadence. that I would, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm saying it too much, but now I just embrace it.
I'm just a really good
Yeah.
mimic. I wasn't necessarily doing that to make fun of you, but that's just how I hear it, and that's how it's coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
How's the best stepmom in the world doing today?
Yeah,
It's like
How's the greatest
diarrhea.
thing
doing
ever.
together. Yeah, just shooting it out there.
And I have to hear it so many fucking times. Yeah.
But to swing it back around to you, Dan. So typically, the smell issue is usually handled by the agent.
All right.
And
So they'd say, bitch, you stink. You
peer
gotta take
pressure.
care of
Yeah,
that. You
I
ain't getting
don't
no more
run into
work.
that anymore.
They get put on the no
Most
list.
of the time, agents are pretty blunt.
Yeah, they really are.
They have to be though.
Yeah.
Dealing with that
dealing
kind
with-
of people for sure.
They're dealing with young women.
I'm pretty, when last club I worked at, there's 40, 50 girls on a night shift. You know what I mean? So they all
and
got
some of
different
them be
personalities and
There's
Oh,
I've,
yeah.
I've
yeah.
definitely been in I've definitely been in a room with other women who are still professional and you still get a little tinge of pussy, but
when some do lap dances for fucking 2 hours and the guy's been rubbing their clit for fucking an hour, probably little sauces going down there, when you got no ventilation in the VIP room, you're like, fuck, it smells like pussy in here.
See, that was gross. But
Jesus.
for me, it was always worse was the stripper feet. Those shoes that just would funk up after
corn
like 3
chips.
wears or whatever, and you end up like the girl would take her shoes off, do the dance, and if she ever got her feet up high, it was, oh god,
Really?
stripper
yeah.
feet were the
damn,
nastiest.
I guess I've never had that problem.
Yeah, I mean there are some girls who powdered the shoes, like you could make the shoes last longer, but there was like at a point when those stripper shoes were 2 or 3 months old, being worn 4 nights a week, 5 nights a
I've
week,
never
they were going to
powdered
start
my
to
shoes
smell.
though.
You
I
can
guess
tell
I
you're on a
don't-
different
I don't
cleanliness
think-
level though.
yeah,
You show
I
up with
don't-
makeup all done
Yeah.
up. You're on a different level. Your
I
nails are
don't
done.
think
Yeah,
There's
how
some
many
broke
times
bitches.
did you do the baby wipe bath when you went into the strip club? Like when you started your shift, or did you
Armpits,
actually?
pussy.
I showed up showered.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. Me and Dan worked at strip clubs where sometimes the girls had to wear ankle monitors.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
So
Classy
there's-
places, trolls under the bridges.
sweetest
awesome.
little whorehouse in Lemon Grove.
You know,
I've been
Shop for
very
all their
blessed to.
stripper gear in a trash bag.
I've been very blessed to never have my anklet promoted to a ankle monitor.
Had girls claiming different sets.
it's always the worst too when you get a girl that wears the same outfit for a fucking week. You're like, bitch, change your fucking outfit.
What are we?
Like,
What are we? High school football players
I
at this
forgot
point?
you guys worked in the club. So
Yeah,
you
I've
know
been
that. I'm
strip
like,
clubs
wait, you
20
were at the
years.
club every night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I see you every night. Why are you wearing the fucking same shit?
And that
like,
little,
fuck.
the
and you
part
didn't
where
take
the
it home.
pussy is gets stinky.
A little frothy, a little white and frothy down there. It's like, what the fuck, girl? Jeez.
Frothy.
Yeah, you know.
This is a fucking Starbucks drink.
Can I get that with extra froth?
Oh man, you don't want that.
No.
You don't want that.
Some people might. Some people like butter.
Ew.
Churn, churn.
Some people like butter.
They do.
You guys.
Hey, butter.
So what's like the craziest video you've ever had to do? Like you're like, fuck, do I really got to do this shit? I seen you're a good actor, and if you're flipping legs back and licking butthole, like what is one thing that's like, oh, I don't know if I can do
The
that.
craziest video, I'm not gonna lie, I powered through it. I got hired by a Vixen to come shoot an anal scene, and I flew out for one anal scene and got all the way out there. And they didn't tell me. I was like, yeah, I can trust Vixen, blah, blah, blah. They didn't tell me how big the guy's dick was gonna be.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Fucking Mandango walks in the room.
No, it wasn't that big, but he was girthy. And I was like, I'm gonna need to warm up with you for at least like 45 minutes before we start rolling, because golly, you, sir, have a horse cock.
But you took it like a champ. Fucking professional.
I did the damn thing.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Sucked it up and cried it out in my head. I was suffering. Honestly, if you probably watch that video,
That
you're
was
like,
probably
yeah.
a video I've seen. You know, I've probably seen that one. You know
Yeah,
what
she's
I mean?
a great actor.
Like,
Look at
God,
this.
she
Yeah.
looks fucking miserable. Awesome. You know?
It's like is it? I don't know if it's Dan or Danny Damage. He's a male talent who's been slowly coming up or whatever, and he had a shoot with my friend Crystal Clark, and she sent me a picture. And homeboy is sitting on his couch, butt ass naked, got the phone like in front of him to take the picture. He's got his dick up hard, and he's got a bottle of wine next to the dick, and the size difference wasn't really there. Like it was, and I was like, "Oh my God, are you okay, Crystal?" Like, Jesus Christ, did he damage you as well? And she was like, "It was a long day. He's a lot of man."
Oh man.
I was like, "Fucking like, I mean, what guy doesn't want to be a little bigger? Sure, but it's like you get to that level where
So
it's
what
like
is
women are
worse?
scared of you."
What is worse, having too big of a dick or too small of a dick?
Too big.
Too big is worse than too small.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because at least small don't hurt.
What am I gonna do with all that meat? You know how when you go to the grocery store and like you just purchase meat, but it's like you have it in your fridge for a week and it's expired after that.
Just too
like
much meat.
once it's too big, it like too much meat, it expires. You're not gonna eat all that meat. Like
So
It's a good way
actually,
to look at it.
we're,
She's
we're,
like, I can't eat that much dick, so
No.
we don't eat that much dick.
we're on a good question right there that guys ask every girl, and only one girl has actually gone the shocking route. What is the ideal husband boyfriend penis for you? Can you give us stats on the length and girth? Guys want to know these things and where they're at. And for the most part,
we're gonna demonstrate with this thing.
most girls are in that 5 to
So-
6 inch range where they want to have on the daily.
So a good size to have is probably from like here to, I say to the top of that.
That's about 6 inches, right?
Yeah,
Is it?
Six,
Yeah.
6, 7
Sure.
maybe.
Okay,
I
7.
thought she was about
And
to put it in
then
her mouth.
girth?
I was like, impressive.
No.
Let me measure this really
And
quick.
girth,
Like, all right.
I would say honestly maybe a little bit more thick than this.
Okay.
Like
It's a bit above average for
Like-
sure, but like I said, then there's Misky over here who's like, I want 9 inches.
No.
7 inches in girth.
Huge.
I want to
I
be
don't-
wrecked every day.
honestly, any bigger than this starts to get uncomfortable. So
Yeah. I had a compliment from a girlfriend who said it was the nicest thing she'd ever model say to me to that point, where she's like, "You have phenomenal husband penis," and I was like, "I'll take it.
Wow.
I'll take it."
Sure.
You know,
Okay.
something she's like, that is big enough to where I would want that every day, but not so big that I would dread having sex with you. And I was like, "Yeah, cool. I'll take that compliment.
Don't
Works
you-
for me."
don't you love when you like meet somebody and the sex is just so good you just want to have sex with them every day?
Yeah. That's pretty nice.
but then the relationship's toxic.
That's my 20s.
I feel like
Of
you're
course,
about
it might
tell
have
a
had something to do with
bedtime
me
story.
dating
now that
nonstop
explains she was a
strippers.
stripper, right?
Yeah,
so
that
there
might
it is,
have
right
been-
there,
I
you
dated
know?
this guy. Our relationship was so toxic, but the sex was just always so good. Like I remember, like the second or third time after I fucked him, I squirted on him, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Sometimes
do that?
arguing though like pumps it up. Like
Oh, I love
when you
makeup
argue
sex.
a little bit and you're like bitch and you fucking like kind of like can't stand her and you want to choke her or something or really
That's the only
it's
time.
a release when you're fucking.
That's
Commit
the
a
only
homicide.
time when it's acceptable to spit on a woman is when you're pissed and then you make up with her, you're fucking her. And I'm like,
God.
spit in my throat.
Dirty girl, love it.
So moving on to the next fun topic, dating Kiki Klout. What's that like?
I feel like I'm a catch.
Yeah.
The only 22 is porn. But
That's kind of a big one though.
I cook,
Honey, I
I
just sucked a
clean.
dick today, but I come home
No,
to
no,
you.
no,
I
no.
don't
So
like
before
to
we
talk
go on
about that though.
before we go on the next, on the funny part
need
of
a
that though,
secure
where
guy,
I want to go on the route like putting you on blast here with like your standards and all this. Work's work. We understand that. What about him? Like I'm guessing, have you dated in the industry and outside the industry probably?
So, I've always dated outside of the industry.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
date in the industry.
Gotcha.
I don't like to basically shit where I eat. And
Understandable.
yeah, no, I've seen relationships in the industry and then like they're not good. I've seen successful ones, don't get me wrong, but I've seen ones that aren't good. So your business kind of gets throughout the industry of, oh, so and so they're dating, but they got problems or drama or blah blah blah. And I just don't like my personal life in the industry, and I don't like my industry life in my personal life.
Okay, well, so then there's the next question that I used to have this conversation. I probably had this conversation with a couple hundred strippers over the years, where the life is a little imbalanced. Where like if everything's not fair, where everybody gets to do the same shit in a relationship, it can be tough. What are your kind of rules on that? Like obviously, what you're doing is work, so it's understandable, but dude allowed to play around, or does he got to behave himself at home at all times?
So it's so funny because
Yeah.
I was just telling a good guy friend of mine that there's this guy that I kind of have a crush on.
Ooh.
And but he was like, oh, men cheat, blah blah blah. I'm like, duh. With me, first of all, I've been knew that all men cheat. Like, and second of all, I've come to an acceptance that we're not meant to sexually be with only one person. I don't really necessarily believe in monogamy, but I also believe in being with somebody for a really long time. I feel like you should experiment outside of your comfort zones when it comes to the relationship and have a understanding and loyalty. Loyalty is what creates honesty because you draw a boundary that you guys are both comfortable with, and that allows you guys to not cross that line, and that's how you keep honesties, because there's no reason to lie about anything if you know, like, hey, this is my life, this is what I do, oh, this is what you're going to do. Okay, go have fun. Just be responsible.
Are you honest up front with every dude like
Very.
that?
I don't
Well, that's
lie.
good.
I
That's
do
fucking
not
good.
lie about what I do. I'm very honest. You take it or you leave it. I got my own shit. I don't ask nobody for shit. And I bring a lot to the table, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna change. I mean, unless you came with $1 million and was like, babe, come be my wife, then yeah, maybe. But put
You
a ring
get your
on.
own back.
No-
you don't
no
need a guy
prenup.
for no money.
No prenup. I'm
Yeah,
not.
ain't no sign of
Fuck
prenup.
no, I'm not signing no prenup. Oh hell no. The fuck? You want me to quit my job to be with you? I'm going to be taken care of.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah. So that's pretty
I
fair.
played Captain Save-A-Ho along the way. I wear a cape.
I have run into quite a lot of girls over the years who it's like, and most of them when it comes to like sex and work and all that, like they're pretty professional. Like they're not dirty whores on set or when the camera gets turned off or anything. But you know, fucking me all day long on camera, no problem. But that husband even looks at another woman.
Yeah.
She'll cut his dick off, and I'm like, girl.
I guess that's their understanding of what they have in their relationship.
Like-
He signed up for what he signed up for when he got into that relationship, and he should have knew that she was gonna make it to where he can't be with any other women, but she could do her thing, and
Yeah.
that's his problem if he's pussy whooped like that. But honestly, like I'm not gonna lie, like a man, like I want him
Yeah.
to be in control of me sometimes. Like I don't want my man to be no pussy.
And that's what I felt for this guy because he actually they were a couple who shot together. They weren't really porn, they were OnlyFans. And they were a couple shot together and they reached out to me and I've worked with them for years. He actually has a pretty long one. Like he's probably pushing 9 inches. And it's impressive, but it's pretty thin. And so the first time
He masturbated like Play-Doh.
well, the first time we
Making worms.
shot together, she bled. And we actually came up with the thing that every time we're going to shoot, we have to do the practice pump where she basically rides me for a minute before we start filming. And I wasn't really, I mean, of course it's hot and you think about that. Like I'm so big, she has to get used to it. Like, of course it's a turn on, but I wasn't like, I was trying to be professional. I kept it cool. Like she went out and told him right away.
Honey,
And I
his
was
dick's
like,
way
girl,
bigger than yours. And
you're-
it bled and fucking-
exactly. I was like, you're not letting him fuck
Probably
other
felt like
people.
a
And then you're
chump.
talking about how my dick's
You
like,
can't do that.
she like, it didn't process in her head that I was like, why don't you just kick him in the nuts next time and like tell him you swallow
You
my
wanna
babies
offer him to do
constantly. Like,
cuckold?
You
what the
can't.
fuck,
That's
girl?
honestly something I don't feel comfortable with. I don't like if I'm talking to somebody or into somebody, don't ask me about my
Yeah.
work life because that at the end of the day is like a weapon to harm you and you're harming yourself. And I just don't like hurting people's feelings. It's not easy for a man to accept his woman is with different people. But at the end of the day, my heart is not with those people. My heart is with the person that I'm with.
Yeah.
So I would never go and like, hey, babe, I just got done sucking some dick. What would you like for dinner?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I don't do
Come
that.
kiss me.
Like I said,
I don't
me,
do
me and the
that.
wife, we work with other people, so it's like it's kind of like it's work, it's business. We both understand it. She's worked with guys who got bigger ones than me. She's worked with guys with smaller ones than me. Like it's never really bothered me because we're both like kind of getting to do something that I guess in a sense could be considered fun. So it's one thing, but like I said, with this girl who, when they got together, neither one of them were doing porn. They decided to do OnlyFans together, and then a mutual friend put them in touch with me. And yeah, since then I have probably made them. I think at last check they were up to like almost 200,000 they've made.
Fucking A.
So I'm happy for them. But I remember when she did that, I was like, why would you do that?
What are you doing,
What is wrong with you?
dumbass?
Like, why would you? Or at least let him go fuck some hot chick on camera. Like, do that or something. Like, holy shit. Anyways, sorry, we can move on to the next topic, but that always just made me.
That would be tough to have a porn star as a girlfriend or a wife. You know what I mean? Because, like, you want to love your chick, and if you're not like shooting shit and fucking other people, you're kind of just waiting for your chick to come back, knowing that she's experiencing all this other shit. And wouldn't there be a burnout phase? Like, say you go fuck for 5-6 hours and your pussy's red, and you go home, and how are you gonna fuck your dude? You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I kind of got hammered today, so it might be a little sore.
Typically,
I got dug out today, baby.
Yeah,
I need
not
a day.
today.
typically it's not really like that. I guess. I don't know. I'm
So
extremely.
you can double dip.
Yeah.
You could shoot during the day and then fuck your dude at
I'm
night.
extremely sexually active. There's like something really wrong with me because I've been with like normal vanilla guys and they can't keep up.
And there's something to be
She
said,
did like
especially
the eyelash.
especially the nicer companies and the better companies, like the amount of quote unquote sexual penetration that's going on a shoot is nowhere near as long
That's what you would
as
assume.
people would assume.
It's not
like,
a whole day.
they
Like
spend
it's
more
30,
time
40
doing,
minutes maybe max.
That's the
Like I have sex in my personal life longer than that.
yeah.
All right.
Like I kind of, it's one of the reasons I think girls like working with me is the amount of time where there's actually a dick going in is like 7 minutes tops.
Yeah.
And you know.
It's about 332 pumps.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's all.
Who's
That's all we
counting?
need.
Yeah, but who's
That's all we need.
counting?
Like there's some lousy companies out there who take advantage of people, but for the most part, like those legit shoots, they spend way more time making sure the girl's like getting her lines right, getting the angles right, pretty girl photos, all that,
Yeah.
than actual dick sliding in.
I got you. Huh. It would be interesting. You'd have to be a secure ass motherfucker to let your girl be a porn star and you not be doing shit.
That's the
Like
problem.
I didn't care my chick was a stripper, but it's not like she's fucking getting fucked. She may get her ass groped or, her titties grabbed or whatever, and who cares? But like,
And I think that's the problem nowadays is there's so many men out here that are so like
insecure.
Another thing too is I like guys who aren't super into social media. It's cringe for me to see guys who are like really into social media.
Yeah, because you do it enough for both
Right.
sides.
And plus, I don't want people sending you videos of me fucking other people. Like that's not cool. And I've been in a relationship where like something like that like happened to me, and it's just like it like fucks up the man even more. And I'm
Yeah, it'd be interesting. You'd have to be a secure motherfucker to be dating a porn star for real. Like
you
that's
have to
why
really suck it up.
the only way it worked for me is my chick danced for a lot of years. So me being in the strip club world and managing clubs or even working at them, a normal girl would never have dealt with that kind of
It's
life.
the other way around. Yeah,
You
then you
know?
got to have the normal girl trying to
Yeah,
deal with us in
I've
our
heard of
lifestyle.
that.
Whew.
Yeah,
I've heard of that
porn's the next
before
level.
too. Yeah, I've heard of that before too. But I could never understand that side, honestly, because I've been in the sex industry for so long. So I can never understand why a woman would be so mad about a man shooting porn. If like, I don't know. I guess I could just never understand that.
It's tricky though. Like the ones who usually get mad though, it's like when you're like a couple together and then you get into the business. That's a little tricky. But if you
starting from the
if you
start
find your
is probably
significant
different.
other who's already doing it, like suck it up, or don't be in there. Like don't be in that relationship.
I seen a male talent get into the industry and their relationship didn't last. But he continued to do porn after.
To me, there's not many successful couples in the strip club. I've been with my chick, 12 years?
I seen
And
one
it's
girl.
very rare that girls and the guys in that business are still together. Like, I have a legit bottom bitch. Like, she'll do anything. I have a teammate. You know what I mean? I could do what I want. And it's what you said. She don't want a bitch. It's absolutely the only reason my chick is with me, because I don't let her walk all over me. She was a stripper forever, so she's used to little bitch boys that do whatever she says. I'll put her in her place, but not in a way to where it's like, fuck you, bitch, and degrade her. If I slap you down, I'm going to build you back up. You know what I mean?
It's just like, no.
No, and every now and then you just got to let them know.
Oh, it's just
and
what
that's
you
why
just
she's in
said.
love.
Like, I know him and his chick. Like the dynamic he's talking about, it's not like abusive or mean or something like that. But
Draw on your boundaries.
She is a very strong-willed and
She
aggressive
pushes
woman.
buttons
So the
and she
fact that
likes
she
it, then
found
I'll
her
put her in
man who will
place.
actually go, no.
Yeah, you're
know?
tripping, bitch. You
Yeah.
argue with yourself in the room. I'll see you in an hour. Like,
Yeah.
we could say fuck you to each other and leave and then just come back and just talk to each other.
Be
It's
like,
not.
I love you.
I can't say that with
I
Coco.
didn't mean
She'll get a
fuck
gun.
you. I meant I want to fuck you.
It's just
I'll
kind of
say
how
it
it
to Coco. She'll
is.
strap
We don't
up.
take shit personal like that. You know what I mean?
I
So
love
it's-
that. That's what makes
It
relationships
works.
last.
Yeah, we've been together a long time and it works. You know, we got 4 kids. It's good shit. You know, but she'll absolutely say kind of like what you said. She didn't want a bitch.
This is fun. I enjoy doing this. Fans ask me to do this stuff, so that's why I'm doing it. I actually wish that I would be able to get big enough, because there's so many podcasts out there. They're like the We Hate Women podcast that I would love to get on and be like, no, dude, you're just a bitch.
Right?
Like, it's
You let
okay.
'em walk-
Like,
it's how you talk to them. It's
Yeah,
how
like,
you let them
there's-
treat
like,
you
you
like
know,
that. You know.
I'm sorry that society and like this isn't women, just society in general has allowed you guys to become bitches.
Sips.
But like, yeah. But like, there's so many out there that I'm like, no, that's not the way to do it. Like, actually just go out and get the girl.
I
Like,
hate-
if you can do it, man, I believe in you.
I hate how a man with a camera and some internet connection could go and literally, if they have a big enough audience, like fuck up the perception of way people think when it comes to dating. Like,
Right.
the internet has fucked so many like things up, and honestly, I feel like if dating was back like the days of there was no internet and you could barely get a hold of somebody via phone unless you came over or wrote a letter, like there'd be a bigger population. I feel like the population, like, because people don't get married nowadays, people don't really have kids nowadays. It's all like
guys got too many options.
Guys are
Guys in
like
trouble.
there's a little meme that's going around and be like, I really like you, but I want to keep my options open. I'm just like thinking to myself, damn, but how do you know you're not giving up on probably the best thing that's right in front of you?
I've got a friend in the business. She's a woman and she's doing great. Well, I watched her start from nothing and she's crushing it now, and I'm proud of her. And she's got a dude who she's like, you know, we're not having sex as often as we should be. And she's in porn, and you know, there's 4 days a week she's getting fucked by other guys, but you know, very much kind of said it's a professional thing. And so she's always kind of like, you can do your thing if you want, and he says no. I can bring girls home to you if you want. He's like, it's not really interested. And then she'll check his phone, and it's basically like, it's his entire Instagram is just girls in thongs. Like, you just open the page. It looks like my Instagram. You just open it, it's all it is. And it says, I think she told me the story one time. She was leaving to actually come to my house for work, and she like said goodbye or whatever, walks out the front door, gets in her car, and she's in a condo, so her car is right next to her like house. And as she turns the car on, his phone was still connected to her Bluetooth, and it's instantly porn fucking.
Oh,
and it was
there's
like
nothing wrong with porn.
no, but it was.
I don't want to fuck you, honey. I'd rather whack off.
And that's what I'm kind of saying, like, not trying to hate on porn, but I had this conversation with her. I'm like, when I was young, like, yeah, we could get a Playboy magazine, and that was about it. Like, early porn was a little rough, pixelated or whatever, so there was nothing wrong with it.
You wanted a hustler, fuck a Playboy.
But
Hustler
you were
showed the
just
pink.
trying to, right? You were just trying to get with a girl. Now I watch these guys and I'm like, dude, they jerk off constantly. There's new girls in their face constantly, and they'll have this fucking beautiful, gorgeous queen next to them in bed.
They don't even know how to talk to him.
And yeah, after the new
Yeah.
excitement's done,
It's
they're
terrible.
like, yeah, like I had issues with it for a while, and I'll tell any book guy, it's like, I tell her, I tell any girl who complains to me too, is tell him to stop jerking off. He doesn't. No, yes, he does. Yes, he does. Check him in the shower. He's jerking off somewhere, because if not, those balls would be overloaded and he'd be blowing on your face constantly. And I'm a big enough man to admit that I was shooting porn with a chick and still jerking off, and I couldn't keep all three balanced.
Oh man.
And it was like, yeah, stop jerking off, and trust me,
crazy.
you're locked and loaded most of the time then.
I have to save all energy I have for my chick. I'm like a 2 or 3 times a
you
week.
got a bunch
tops.
of kids now, though. Dude. Like, you're tired now.
Oh, right. I'm so desensitized. It's not even funny.
Anyways,
Fucking
that's
enough whores
just
in your life.
that's Kyle's view on that.
Yeah, buddy.
This has been Kyle's Corner.
Yeah, another thing that really grinds my gears.
So what else you got here? So you said you were from where? You said you're not from Florida. You were from
I'm from Florida.
Oh, from Florida.
Just not this area.
Oh.
I was born in Tampa. I've lived all over the whole state, though. I've lived from North Florida to South Florida. I've lived in Philadelphia.
How long do you plan on doing this? Is there out to this? Are you saving money to do something else? Are you in it to win it?
I'm
or?
not saving. No, I'm not saving money to do anything else.
When
Going for the
that guy
sugar
with the $1
daddy
million
route.
comes
Yeah.
along and says, like, "What's that ring size?"
You don't
Right.
even have to have $1 million. Like, honestly, I feel like if I met a guy that had it going on for himself and was like, hey, I have this for us. Let's start a family together, but I'll make sure you're taken care of, and you just got to be a wife.
No, can you do
find
that?
a different, yeah, honestly,
You can
yeah.
cook. You can take care of
Oh,
kids. You
hell
can handle
yeah.
everything.
She hit me with that the other night. I gave her a
babysit.
lift home, and she was all talking about that shit. And I was like,
Really?
"Oh wow, I didn't see that coming."
Yeah,
Huh.
I don't know. I want to be a mom.
Because me
one
and
day.
my chick have it real old school. I make the money. She takes care of the family. What do we got to argue about?
Yeah, but most guys aren't like that.
Oh, it makes things so much easier having that dynamic in a family. Like, she's the greatest mom to 4
right?
kids. She
If
takes
you
care of
want
them.
a good housewife, be a good man.
Yeah, you gotta be a provider.
You gotta be a provider. You can't be out here a bum and asking for a
a
housewife.
bum. No, I used to always tell this to a lot of guys because you go into strip clubs, you get lonely ass fucking dudes in there that want to talk, and it's even if it's the door guy, or
Even
the
when you
manager,
don't wanna talk.
Yeah, somebody's gonna follow you around to talk. And I would tell a lot of these guys, like, good girls just aren't out there floating around. Fucking badass dudes make great girls. Like, certain guys make girls become better women because of what type of dude they are. It's not just how oh, I'm naturally walking around. You got to have a really good guy to bring it out in some girls. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And some guys are just chumps to where they can't do that, whether they're a little soft or a little beta male-ish or, you know, a little too metro, just different reasons, guys.
Their
you know.
pride, when realistically, it's the perception of the way some of the guys on the internet put their opinions out there is what makes these guys.
I know we're thinking of the same guys probably too.
No, it's not necessarily. No, it's not necessarily just like one group of people, but like a lot of people. I've seen it a lot of the places like where guys will make memes and be like, "Bitch, you gonna suck this dick? Like I ain't paying for shit, or I'm not doing shit, bro." Like, you're not going to find a good woman out of that attitude. You're not going to find a good woman out of that attitude. Like, if you really genuinely want to find somebody and really want to be with somebody, you got to be a man. That's not a man. You're for the streets. You're for the streets.
That'll make them fall for you.
Fuck no. You think I'm going to have a baby with somebody that's for the streets? No.
Right.
No.
I hear you. I hear you. For the streets.
No.
That hood motherfucker. We going for that hood motherfucker. You know what? I think I want to date you. You got how many baby moms? 6? Can I please be 7?
I will never date
Can
a
I
man
please
with
be
a
7?
kid again.
Again. I feel like there's a story there somewhere.
I've been a stepmom twice.
3 times.
Yeah, outside my videos.
Yeah.
And they weren't successful?
So the first relationship was good. Like, everything was cordial. The baby mom was cool. He was cool. It's just me and him didn't work out because I realized I wasn't making enough money. I mean, I was also young at the time. I was dating this guy. He was like 10 years older than me. He already had like a little 4-year-old little girl.
Ooh, okay.
And it just, after a year, and like, I wasn't struggling. He had a house for us. He provided for us. But I don't know. It just wasn't the best relationship. So we got out of it. And I don't know what he ended up doing, but we got out of the relationship, and I kind of just focused on myself for a while. And then I met another guy that I dated like a year. It's been about a year now, and oh my God, talk about baby mama drama.
Oh, one of those, huh?
This bitch was researching me, like looking me up, sending my porn to his parents. Like, yeah, this bitch was crazy, but he was living a double life, so.
That'd be some shock value as a parent seeing the video of you throwing that guy's legs back.
Ooh, and that makes a great pivot.
Oh, no, I told his parents, I'm like, please don't judge me for anything you've seen. They're like, we don't judge you. I'm like, God.
It's okay. The mom was probably doing it to the dad, too.
Oh.
I put fingers in Tom's butt all the time.
You know, and I think that I'm comfortable in the porn industry. Like, clearly you guys know what I do for a living, but when I go to meet somebody's parents or I'm meeting somebody who doesn't know what I do for a living, it's a shock factor for some people who are vanilla. And it's just not a conversation I want to have at the dinner table the first time meeting somebody. So, yeah, I'm not going to lie. I do tell a little white lie. Obviously, the person I might be with knows what I do for a living. But when I go meet his parents, I'll be like, hi, my name is so-and-so. I suck dick for a living. No, I'm like, hey, my name is, and I don't even tell them my porn name. I tell them my real name. Sometimes I like to be myself too. Like, Kiki Klout is a big part of me, but that's not really
You're a real
who I
human
am.
being, believe it or not. You're
I'm
a real girl.
person.
Deep down. Yeah,
like,
you are.
I pay my taxes with my legal name, just saying. So, anyways, no, I tell them my real name, and they'll be like, oh, what do you do for work? I'm just social media marketing and hair and makeup. But
You're an actress.
I'm good at my hair and makeup.
Good way to throw off parents right there.
I like hair and makeup, yeah. Like
You're
hair.
an esthetician.
Yeah, no, that's skin. That's skin.
I'm a drone pilot for commercial real estate.
I just know that's like
right, exactly.
Oh yeah, okay. Well,
yeah, I don't think
anyway.
I've actually been able to tell girlfriend's parents since I was 18 what I do for a living. I don't think my in-laws still don't know what I do for a living.
It's not comfortable.
I think they think I'm a bum at this point.
You know what?
Yeah.
I honestly, my grandparents don't know what I do for a living, but I tell them I do sexy modeling.
Sure.
I just don't want to give my granddad a heart attack.
Yeah. I mean, my family knows what I do, and for the most part, they're like, that's not surprising.
My mom knows.
There actually were a lot more of like, it's legal? Yeah, cool. That's a change from what he was doing for a while.
good for you.
No, my mom knows what I do for a living.
How did that go? That's what I was getting ready to pivot to. Like,
I make my own money.
It's one thing to jump, like, because you went straight from strip club to porn, so, like, you know, it's not as big of a jump as it, like...
Was your mom like a diva, kind of, a little bit? Was she a friendly girl? Like a fast girl?
Hell yeah! My mom had so many boyfriends.
All right, there you go.
I couldn't even count.
She's like, that a girl? That's my girl.
I introduced her.
Kiki fucking Klout.
I introduced her to one of my
was there.
70-year-old boyfriends, my sugar daddy.
All right.
Yeah, and she was like, "Thanks
Is
for
your
taking
mom
care-"
still alive?
Yeah,
How old is she?
she's young.
We're being gentlemen here. We don't ask those
She's
questions.
young. She's young. She's
What's
young.
a real stepmom? You know.
Between the
Get her in the
ages,
game.
I'll give you between the ages of 45 and
Oh wow.
53.
All right. Shit.
Young. She's young.
Hey, I actually shoot girls in that range. Give me
Yeah,
my car.
that's what I'm saying. That's right up Kyle Ball's alley.
But don't ever think about trying to shoot my mom for a scene.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not.
Say,
No.
wait, you tripping?
I actually had a mother-daughter, both porn stars in Vegas.
They're real?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But they actually went the other way. They had their stage names had different last names.
They never shot together, have they?
I was
kinda
supposed to
weird.
be their first shoot where they weren't obviously fucking each other, like they weren't gonna do anything like
But
that,
you're
but just
fucking
being
them.
in the scene of like sharing one dick or whatever with my fan base. I would have been printing money off of that scene. But
Holy shit.
I had to reschedule, and then once I was able to like schedule again or whatever, I think they'd had a falling out, and I was like, oh fuck.
That'd be a special
Dang.
type
50
of
to 100
mother
grand
right
down the
there.
drain
Make
right
up
there.
sex.
Fucking
Yeah,
dude
we-
with my daughter. Like,
Yeah.
man, awesome. Good for you, lady. That's good shit.
Because I think she ended up telling me that they
Doing
were
America a
like,
service.
yeah, like they shared a room and everything, like not shared a room, shared a, like an apartment. Both lived in Vegas, did shoots, but like nobody knew that they were mother daughter. But yeah, she was in her
Man, that'd be
mid
crazy.
40s. She was like 20ish or whatever.
Damn.
21ish,
be
but yeah,
nuts.
and I had to reschedule that, and I was like, fuck. And there's like 50 to 100 grand down the drain. I'd still be making money off that scene right now.
Man.
Crazy.
So your mom's like a fan of yours?
No.
Subscribe to your OnlyFans.
I mean,
imagine.
she said she knows what you do, and she kind
I
of
wouldn't say she's a fan of mine. She's supportive of me.
yeah.
Yeah.
there's a-
if
yeah,
she's a
that's-
fan of me, that's a little weird. That
Well,
means
you're
she's
kind
watching.
of a go-getter.
You're doing
to where,
great,
you know,
sweetie.
some girls are lazy.
Always be a fan of your kids. I mean, regardless of what they do.
I have a fantastic figure.
You shot so great. Like this scene, your acting is just fabulous.
Just a go-getter
Next
out
time
there.
you spit, really bring it from the throat. Next
Yeah,
time,
really,
you know?
really hock it up, honey.
No, she'll wear my t-shirts. She wears my merch.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she'll wear my merch and support me. She'll be like, my daughter's a porn star.
Bumper sticker, my kid's an honor student or something.
My daughter's a porn
My
star.
daughter's a porn star.
Man,
Honk twice to support the porn.
I'm gonna make her that actually.
I can make it for you.
Oh yeah.
daughter's
He
a
makes
porn star?
t-shirts for fun, so
Yeah, I
Really?
could really
Yeah.
make that. Yeah, I just whipped that out before we came. The shirt he's wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and as you can see with his shirt, he's known
it's
as
actually
the
like
stripper
a
messiah.
little joke. I had a boss that I worked for. He's like, "Dude, you act like you're the fucking stripper messiah." And I looked it up, and when I saw the word, like what a messiah actually meant, it's like girls feel comfortable, they feel safe and shit. I'm like, I think you kind of recognize the game, motherfucker. So I kind of made him as a joke, the stripper messiah, and kind of stuck with it because a lot of girls are comfortable working with me. You know what I mean? I'm not that douchebag that's trying to grab your ass or grab your tits. I actually want you to make money.
I don't. Yeah.
You know, I'm not that weirdo at the club. So
He was like, "I'm not Kyle."
There's weirdos,
Right.
but there's weirdos
Thanks,
everywhere.
man. Thanks, Ed. Just
there's a lot of weirdos.
agree
at
with that
strip
right
Made
clubs.
it a point to not be Kyle. I did that shit
Don't
too.
corner them when they're drunk.
Right.
Predator.
Not even that. Don't use your leverage of what you can do for us to us used to get laid.
All right. Oh, what? You don't want me to fire you? I just saw you sucking that guy's dick. So
Yeah.
you gotta suck
I saw
mine.
you licking that guy's asshole.
That or like
Stop
How much
on me,
longer do you
Dan.
want me to risk my job or imprisonment to let you do that?
or like some guys too with a camera they'll like be a photographer or
those
videographer
guys.
and they'll be like, yeah, let's shoot, let's collab together, and I'll be like, I don't really like to mix the two, and typically I like my stuff to look good when you're not behind the camera as opposed to holding the camera and getting the best angles you can and be focused. And then you want me to pay you on top of that? No.
Wow, all
I just
right.
had a potential client who wanted like to hire me as a mentor. Like I told him I'd do a quick call just to give him some pointers, and he's trying to get into the business and everything. And like the first thing he brought up was like, what about collabs and everything? I'm like, you're not there yet. Like, yeah, you got to show you can make money before you can get one of these girls to work for you for free or a discount.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be some new booty off the street who's like, oh, I plan on doing this. Like,
Fuck no.
I was even like, what are you going to shoot casting couch? He goes, well, I thought about it. I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
You have to invest in
Like,
yourself before
fucking-
you got to start paying hoes.
yeah, figure
before
out
you
the
can-
business before you try and like do that shit.
Paying hoes, like let them suck your dick in the office manager room. Dan, check out this one. Oh, okay. Another one, huh? It was always funny. It was always the girls clowning on him. You know what I mean? Kyle's such a dick.
Yeah, that's how you
Hey,
can tell
Dan,
who I
look
was
at this
hooking up with
video.
at the strip club. They were the ones
what the
shit
fuck?
talking me. Like,
No one's sucking your dick that was clowning on you like 2 hours ago. They all try to like back their
yeah,
actions
that's like
up.
you can tell they're guilty or they feel guilty for it, so they're trying
Oh.
to. Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh God, strippers are comedy. I love strippers.
Constant entertainment, man. That's what I love about working at a strip club.
Every
Always
day is a
entertaining.
fucking party.
You always
Every
go home
day.
with a story. You always have something to talk about when you get home with whoever you have.
man.
with.
Yeah, we
I
don't
can
have
rip
all the
them off
details
for
yet, but
days.
for anybody who's watching, we're actually trying to open up our own strip club here in the next 3 to 6 months. So
3
that's
months.
why we're all reminiscing about it as we miss the fun and excitement.
That's something I wanted to do.
Coming soon, young lady, to Orlando near you.
To an Orlando near you.
Right.
Open up a strip club. I could be the first feature.
That was
You know,
the
there's
plan.
a
I was
lot
going
of-
to
that's
get you up when we
silly.
had a location.
That's the only time I ever meet porn stars. Like I'll meet them as features and shit. That's why there's a couple that I thought I hate when they're all bougie and they're like act like they're fucking bad. I'm like, girl, you're a pro ho. Like, what the fuck are you acting like?
I
that
don't
for?
ever. I had the girls at the strip club be mean to me. I remember one time I was at this club
That's pretty normal.
and I was like,
Yeah,
I
sadly.
was like, "Hi, you look beautiful." She said, and scoffed at me. I was like, "Bitch, I'm bringing the money in the club for you."
Have you ever been a feature before?
Yeah.
To clubs like travel and shit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dumb fuck.
From Mexico, San Diego, California, Texas, Tennessee, New York City, Times Square, New Jersey.
Where'd you go in San Diego? One of the
Deja Vu's, both of them, and they had me contracted to do Tijuana, Mexico.
Did you do Tijuana?
Did I do
Did you end up
TJ?
doing Tijuana?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know?
They built that after I left.
Massive club.
We were all deja vu
Dude, I
guys
used to
in
party
San
there when
Diego,
that was
so-
a regular club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be Zool. Then it turned into a strip club, yeah.
It's very expensive to be a stripper there.
Yeah.
Oh, in San Diego, $500, get a license.
Yeah.
More like 7.
In where? Mexico?
San Diego. I just did that one last year.
Yeah, I think it
it's-
went up. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like 6, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for it. The club
Yeah, Ava
did,
was
but
telling me
holy
that.
shit.
Yeah, that
The
was
club
one
I
of the
worked
things.
for does features every weekend.
That's
Every
crazy.
fucking weekend.
That's too much.
Yeah.
They got a lot of money. They got too much money.
Well, he uses it all tax write off.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
hotel room, airfare, all
Yeah,
that
like
shit's tax write off.
Doing a podcast or YouTube channel.
You know, it's right. It is what it is. That's what he's into. The
Gotta
owner
watch
kinda
that
like
money
the
one way or
bougie
another.
shit. That's why I think Karma RX and Anna Claire Clouds are my two favorite porn stars.
Yeah, no, I met Karma. I haven't met
She's
Anna Claire.
fucking hilarious.
She's sweet, yeah.
I actually knocked her over at AVN.
Really?
Yeah, she's shorter than I thought.
She's
I didn't
little.
see her. Yeah, she was trying to dodge in between us,
She'd
and there
get
was
you, I
like 3
think.
fat guys, and I knocked her over.
She's a jujitsu girl. She'd get you.
Yeah, it wasn't like I knocked her over on purpose. I was like, oh my God, you're Karma. I helped her back up.
She fucked like a little pickle thing. I remember a guy got on stage and she tried. They couldn't find a cucumber or have no kind of vegetable for him to fuck. So the Asian guy making sushi had some kind of little type pickle or something, and they tried to make it work, and they actually got a guy on stage to lay down and put it like his dick, like a micro penis, and I forget the name, but like kind of messing around with him the whole rest of the night about his little micro penis, and her really trying to fuck this little teeny like fucking cucumber vegetable like thing.
You could do that on stage?
No, but we
No, yeah,
No, yeah, right. Yeah,
do it till
no,
you
but we
call
should
my
have
advice.
did it.
I
Yeah.
want to say I've only worked at one club where they
Absolutely
said it's
not.
the land of the free, and that place was the land of the free.
Features were allowed to do what they wanted.
Yeah.
Under the bridges and Little Darlings in San Diego, we used to have fuck shows.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
No,
I used to
that's
let
what
girls
the one-
strap them on and
Yeah.
fuck each other straight on
Yeah,
stage.
that's how the land of the free club was out in St. Louis, Missouri. You could literally like
Man,
fuck on the stage.
dudes
I was
love
like, what?
penetration. It's not even funny how that works when they watch girls getting off by penetration. Fuck, dude, people went crazy. It was definitely a little crowd favorite. It built the after hours like no other. It was Sex Show Saturdays. We'd have it once a week. You know,
I
And always-
accidentally. That just reminds me of the time that I accidentally got whipped cream in this guy's eye.
Well, let's
He
walk
was
through that
not
really
happy.
quick before we end the
He was
podcast.
not happy. I was like, oopsies. Sorry. Look at my
Oopsies.
butthole.
Look how pretty I am.
Oh, no. He was not happy. I was
Being a
like,
feature,
sorry.
you got whipped cream on somebody? Mm-hmm. Like a feature show?
Okay, I'm glad we heard that.
Like
'cause in
straight,
my
I
mind,
went to go put his face on my boobs, and it just like the whipped cream was straight in his eyeball. I was like,
What
oh
a
boy.
pussy if he was mad.
No,
I used
he-
to have to
he
DJ
definitely-
those.
I'm a real
I'd
man.
call
I
him
would
a
have closed
pussy.
my eye like, keep going.
Oh man, I'm like, come on, it's an accident, bro.
Yeah, it was
Because
an
they used to give me the
accident.
mic. Like when I if you were a feature at a club, I would actually have the mic to DJ your show. So it's pretty entertaining getting to talk shit.
So,
You know,
any big plans for the future? What's happening with Kiki? You just gonna
Oh, I
keep
have
growing
a-
the brand, keep growing the business?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
The same old, same shit.
Fucking
but
around the
just
world?
Fucking different people in different places.
Traveling to exotic
that's a
lands, and
t-shirt.
meeting exotic people, and fucking them.
Yeah, fucking different people in different places. Hopefully, I'll expand my fucking to Germany and Italy and Paris and all them places. Which I've already had sex with people from over there, but I want to go over there and have sex with them, not here.
Yeah, I got a
Location,
friend who's
location,
been in
location.
Europe for like 2 months, and she's loving every minute of it.
Yeah, I
just
just
having
wanna,
all the friends.
I
all
wanna,
the fun.
I'm not gonna lie. I like guys from London more than I like Americans.
That actually brings up a little segue. A question I can ask you here real quick. Circumcised or uncircumcised?
Ooh.
Either or. Uncircumcised is better for anal.
Okay. Interesting. Never heard that before. Can you elaborate?
Because they have the little foreskin to slide back and forth. It creates less
Okay,
friction.
so it creates like more of a
less friction.
no, it's got like a little I don't know, some
I
kind of
like-
like a device that's just
I
like a
like-
shoehorn for your cock. Like,
Yeah.
Right,
I like
right.
uncircumcised dick. I like it.
All right. Well,
okay.
I feel like we're all up to date on Kiki. Well, since you live nearby, I have a feeling I'll be bugging you to do this more often.
Yeah,
But
podcast.
this has been a lot of fun. I really do appreciate you coming by and doing this. You're the best. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for
thanks for
having
having
me.
us.
I know it's
Seriously.
been a minute because I'm like all
You
over
actually
the
popped my
place.
cherry. I
Yeah,
lost my
yeah, this is
hymen
Dan.
today. I've never done a
Yeah,
podcast.
Dan's
Yay.
first podcast.
Yeah, I've never worn headphones like this. Hello, hello. You know,
Hopefully, you get to do more.
Yeah,
I like how we
I keep
hear
thinking
how
of. Have
cool
you
we
ever
sound,
seen
but on the
Talladega
lines,
Nights?
they're like,
What do I do with my
Hello?
hands? What do I do with my hands? Do I leave them here?
yeah.
Put them down?
All right, guys. Thank you for watching the Balls Deep podcast. Kiki, thank you for being here. Is there anything else I need to say?
Just your tagline.
Oh yeah, balls out.
Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm.